Guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to see the topic 1, which is programming paradigm. Okay, these are the subtopics of this programming paradigm. What is a paradigm? Definition of a paradigm, classification of a programming paradigm, which is a four types: monolithic programming paradigm, structural programming paradigm, object oriented, logical oriented programming paradigm, and so on. Okay, I've used the word mind map, which is nothing but the various subtopics, branches, which are the branches and sub-branches of this particular topic, programming paradigm. Okay, as I always say, it is always better to write all the subtopics and give it a box, which is again a presentation technique, which will reflect on the and the paper corrector, I mean the examiner who corrects your paper, and also it benefits you while you are writing in the exam hall. It saves your time. Okay, so never ever forget to list the subtopics while you are writing in the exam. Okay, so what is paradigm? According to the dictionary, the paradigm is nothing but a pattern or a model. Okay, this is a dictionary meaning of paradigm. What is the definition of a programming paradigm? Programming paradigm is nothing but classification of a programming language based on a feature. Depending on the feature of a programming language, they categorized, which is nothing but programming paradigm. Okay, there are a lot of programming paradigm available, but I've listed only four of them. Okay, we'll see each one said each one separately. Monolithic programming paradigm is the first classification that we are going to discuss. The term monolithic refers to the meaning large, powerful, indivisible, slow to change, and made of single large block. Okay, the term mono refers these many meanings. Okay, mono means same, similar, indivisible, slow to change, and made of a single large block. Similarly, monolithic programming refers to a program which are not divisible. Okay, what do they mean by not divisible? Because these programs are written with a single function with the data variables declared globally and the statements written in a sequential manner. Okay, since because these data variables are written globally and the statements are sequenced, they use a single function. Okay, the program control is transferred with the help of jump statements such as go to. Okay, monolithic programming refers to programs which are not divisible, where the programs are written with a single functions with data variables declared globally and statements written in a sequential manner. These programs are indivisible, are not divisible because they are written with a single function with the data variables declared globally and the statements in a sequential manner. Okay, because they follow this structure, they are not divisible. The program control is transferred with the help of jump statements such as go to. Okay, the statements, as I mentioned above, the statements are in sequential order. So there has to be some jump statements so as to control the flow between the statements. Okay, this is a diagrammatic representation of monolithic programming paradigm. Okay, these in this programming paradigm, the data variables will be declared globally, the statements are in sequential order, and the flow control is determined with the help of jump statement. Here I've written go to statement 1. Okay, after execution of 1, 2, 3, with the help of the statement, the control jumps to statement 1. These are the advantages of monolithic programming paradigm. They are suitable for small programs, suitable for simple applications. Example of monolithic programming includes assembly languages. Assembly languages are low-level languages which are understood by computers easily. Okay. The next image shows you an example of a assembly languages. The next programming paradigm you're going to see is the structure programming. The second programming paradigm you're going to see The second programming paradigm we are going to say is the structured programming paradigm. Structured programming is the contrast of monolithic programming, where monolithic programming handles a single block of program, whereas structured programming, a problem is broken down into smaller tasks, okay, that can be written independently. These smaller tasks are combined together to form a complete task. A best example for structured programming is a C language. Okay, structured programming can be performed in two ways, namely the procedural programming and modular programming. The procedural programming includes functions for breaking down the problem into smaller tasks, whereas modular programming uses modules to break down the problem into smaller tasks. Okay, now we will see what is procedural programming. Procedure or function performs a specific task. From this title you can understand procedure means function. Okay, procedure or function performs a specific task. The function main will combine the procedure or functions. Okay, first a single function will perform, each function will perform a specific task. All these functions are combined together with main function where the program execution starts. When the function is called from the main function, the function is executed and the result of the function is returned to the calling function. This is a diagram for functional programming paradigm where a main function combines all the functions, and when a function is called from the main function, the function is executed. Okay, I'll just explain this first line. When this function is called from the main function, the function gets executed means the compiler changes its control from this statement to the function where it is defined defined or explained. See, the function 1 has set of statements which performs a specific task, and the result from here will be transferred to here. Okay, that is the meaning for the first line. When a function is called from the main function, the function is executed and the result of the function is returned to the calling function. The result of this function is returned to the calling function. Okay, similarly, after this statement is executed by the compiler, the next statement, which is again a function call, function 2, so the control switches from here to here and performs the set of statements, and the result is transferred to the calling function. This is the scene behind the function call from the main function. Okay, next comes the module programming. The ultimate aim of the structured programming is to subdivide the major task, isn't it? Previous part we subdivided using a functions, but in this part we are going to subdivide using a modules. Okay, module and model programming enforces a logical boundaries. So they are subdividing the task based on some logical boundaries. That is what they mean to say in the first line. Second line, the modules are designed in such a way that the dependency between the modules are minimum. You have to subdivide the program in such a way that each each module is independent of each other. Okay, dependency should be minimum. That is what is the second point. Benefits of modular programming. Program can be designed more easily because small team deals with only small part of the entire code. The code is short, simple and easy to understand. Errors are identified. Supports reusability of the code because they use functions, so reusability of code is possible. Next concept is object oriented programming. The next paradigm is object oriented programming. Next paradigm is object oriented programming. Oops, the software is broken into components, not based on their functionality but based on their components or parts of software. Here, the word components means the data and methods that operate on them. Okay, The components has to be complete and reusable. There are some features for OOPS. Just know what is the. It is sufficient if you know what is OOPS, what are the features. Okay, in you will learn more in detail more about this. Okay, what is object oriented programming? Here, object oriented programming is nothing but the OOPS. In OOPS, the software is broken into components not based on their functionality but based on their components or the parts of software. Okay, here the word components means the data and the method that operate on the data. Okay, OOPS will completely deal with the data and the methods that operate on them. These components are complete and reusable. Okay, the components has to be complete and reusable. It has to be designed in that such a way. So there are some features of OOPS. Here I'm going to just say what is what. This knowledge is sufficient for this topic. Okay, what is enough. In detail you learn in OOPS, which will be coming in your next semester. So class consists of data attributes and methods that operate on data defined in a class. Data first you will be defining the data attributes and the methods to operate on these data. So class consists of data attributes and the methods. Okay, object is a runtime instance of a class. See, once a class is defined, you will be calling the class using an object. Okay, that is the purpose of an object. Abstraction ignores the non-essential details of an object. Okay, this property is abstraction. Encapsulation means hiding information. This prevents the changes made in a class affecting other parts. Okay, if some changes is happening in a class, it should not be affected in other parts. So that feature is nothing but encapsulation. Inheritance allows a new class called derived class from already existing class called the base class. So inheritance is something similar to the concept like we inherit some features from our parents, and our parents inherit from their parents, which is the which is the grandparents for us. Okay, so this inheritance is nothing but the base class has some features which the derived class wants to access. Okay, instead of rewriting it again, they'll just inherit from the base class. So that is what is inheritance. Okay, these are important features of OOPS. Okay, any programming language which has this OOPS concept will come under programming paradigm, will come under object oriented programming paradigm. So that is what they mean to say with the object oriented programming paradigm. The last and the fourth programming paradigm we are going to see is the logic oriented programming paradigm. The logic oriented programming paradigm is largely based on the formal logic with some predefined syntax and semantics. Okay, when you're going to use the feature logic, when it is logically when it is based on some formal logic with some predefined syntax and semantics, that particular language will fall under logic oriented programming paradigm. Okay, what is multi paradigm programming languages? Programming languages like C, Pascal, Java, Python, etc. That supports OOPS to a greater degree with a typical combination of imperative procedural programming. See, these languages are a combination of programming paradigm with greater degree OOPS to a greater degree, and the other two imperative and procedural to a lesser degree. So these are the combination of these three languages. So they are called multi-programming paradigm. In this video, we saw what is a paradigm, definition of a programming paradigm, classification of a programming paradigm, which includes monolithic programming, structural programming, object oriented, logic oriented, and so on. So, this is an expected 8-mark question, and it may be asked for 16-mark question. Definition of a programming paradigm is an expected 2-mark question. Okay, guys, if this video is not clear, there will be a gear button in the right corner of your YouTube video. Just click there and move to 720p. Okay, you'll get a clear picture of this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, comment. Okay, thank you, bye.